Hey guys, it's me. I am so excited to bring you guys this video. This is the reason I started this channel. So let's get into it. Today we're talking about tips and things you can do to help when you're traveling Carnival cruise ships with autism or ASD or any special need. My son Jonathan is autistic. He's 14 and he loves to cruise. It's one of his favorite things to do. So I'm hoping this will start a new trend with you and your family, help you have a smoother trip. We've been cruising with Jonathan since his 10th birthday and he's always loved it. So let's get into some of these tips that I can give you to make your life a little bit easier. First off, you want to go online and check out the information about cruising with disabilities. It gives you information as far as youth programs. It also gives you things like phone numbers to call so that you can be able to call and let them know that you will be cruising with a special needs child or family member. Once you call, if you need port assistance on embarkation day, you make sure that you tell them then. They walk you through it, makes it so much easier. For us, the easiest port that we have sailed out of has been Port Canaveral. Someone literally walked us through every step on embarkation day, all the way to the door of the ship, where they also walked us to guest services. Now, Port Canaveral is the only port that has actually walked us through each step process. Other ports, it does get done faster, but you don't have someone actually walk you through. They walked us through step by step. It was wonderful. If you've cruised before, you know cruising can be a little loud at times, from the deck parties to dinner. So make sure you bring those headphones if you have them. If not, you can get them at guest services. But it's important that you do have them for all the clinking, the yelling, their little sensitive ears need. Or you just do what my son does because he refuses to wear his headphones and plug his ears with his fingers. Another great item to bring is a fidget or sensory input item, something that they could use when they need a little extra input. For my son, it's his rope, and it always comes in handy. Comfy clothes. Comfy clothes for us always makes a huge difference. You want them to be comfortable, not pulling at their clothes all day or scratching or whatever. You know how those jeans do some of our kids. So I always bring really great comfy clothes that he can lounge around in. I know we want them to be cute, but comfort is key. And who's to say we can't have both cute and comfortable? If you need them, bring those chewy tubes. For my son, they're very important. He uses them on a daily basis, and they even have the really cute ones now that come on little necklaces. They have them on Amazon. They're like $10 or something for a pack of 3. But whatever your family member needs for sensory input, please bring that with you. Comfort items. Comfort items are very important when you're going somewhere unknown. My son used to take a little blanket with him everywhere we went, a specific one, but now it's any blanket. I swear his old blanket traveled the world. Having a quiet place on the ship that's not crowded is so important. So try to find one, even if you have to ask one of the crew where the best place is for it. Now, the decks are very quiet early in the morning, but you know as the day progresses, it does get loud. So if your kiddo wants some deck time, do it early. Now, make sure you stop by guest services to get your sensory bag. Even if you didn't forget anything that you think your child needs, sometimes it's really good to have that sign that's in there. That way they know around the ship, the crew knows that they're special needs. I picked up my bag and I'm going to explain to you how it works. So this is what comes in the sensory pack. This is a little bag that it comes in. You get a pair of headphones, some fidget spinners, some fidget toys. They're not spinners, but fidgets. This is really cool, the filling thing here and what you need. This is so they all know, the crew will know that he's special needs, he has autism. And then this is just some areas of the ship for like quiet time, I guess. Then what happens, I'm gonna show you this real quick and then I'll tell you about it. And this I got from right up there as well, I guess services, and it tells me some needs, some things for special needs here, some information. All right, so the way that it works is I got the set. It's a $50 deposit. So it's not like, it's free, but you still have to do the deposit because you have to return everything on your last sea day. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna return it. We probably honestly won't use anything but the little thing for the crew to know he's special needs, because we have everything with us. He doesn't do well with so many of the fidgets. He already has his own. So these he wouldn't do well with, but We are going to do that, and we'll just return it to get the $50 back so that it's a free use. You do not get to keep it. It's just for use on this ship. Hopefully they clean them and give them to other people. I'm sure they clean them. But that's it. That's a little sensory pack. It's not a lot in it. It's not a lot to it. The coolest things are going to be probably the how I'm feeling, and then for the crew, because I know most of us parents do take our own headphones and everything because we have our own. But if you forget them, it's perfect. You got what you need. I guess that's it for the sensory pack. Make sure you bring those drinks with you as well, because on the ship, the only thing they have included is lemonade, tea, and water. And my son doesn't drink any of those things. So we always bring a 12-pack of drinks for him, as well as some juices. Just remember, you cannot bring any bottled drinks. However, you can bring a gallon of water for like a CPAP machine or something like that. Just give them a call and they will let you know exactly what you are able to bring, and not for special needs or special dietary restrictions. Just give the Disability Access Line a call. They do have certain guidelines and exceptions that they do make for those with special needs. I don't know about y'all, but my son eats a lot and he's picky, so snacks are a must when we travel for those picky little eaters. Now, we also can bring plastic bags with us to pack cereal and things like that, or things off the buffet that you can have in your room for later, or you can take with you to port. So don't forget to get those sandwich bags or snack bags to bring with you as well. Just keep in mind that the refrigerators are more of coolers than it really is a refrigerator, so you don't want to bring back anything to your room or pack in sandwich bags that can spoil. One thing you want to do as soon as you get on the ship is go to the maitre d' in the dining room. That way you can request an area that is quieter than some of the other areas, because it does get pretty loud with the dancing and the clinking of glasses in the main dining areas. For those who have dietary restrictions, just stop by this desk. On our sailings, they have been in the buffet area. So my son eats all day, every day. That's honestly one of his favorite parts of cruising. Now, with that being said, he still is a picky eater. So what we do is after 10 o'clock, we check the menus to see what's for dinner for the next day. I recommend you do this. That way you can see if there's even anything there for your kiddo or your family member to eat, because not everybody's going to eat everything on the menu. This way you know if you should go to dinner or not, maybe skip it and do the buffet instead. All the menus will be listed at that time, or you can always stop by a specialty restaurant. As always, you want to keep them entertained, so make sure you bring that iPad or tablet or Kindle, whatever they love to play with. We like to download either movies or their favorite shows, so they have it on the ship and we don't need Wi-Fi for it. So parents are always concerned about the kids club. Don't be. My son absolutely loved it. He actually really wanted to go when his sister went. The good thing about the kids club is they do give you a phone. I mean, it's an old phone that looks like a Nokia from, I don't know, like 2006. But hey, it works, and that's all you need. If there's any issue or questions that they do have, they'll give you a call. Or if you want to just check on your kiddo without them seeing you, you can always call. Make sure you do the tour on embarkation day, because it is the only day that parents are allowed in the back where the kids play. This is a great time for you to be there when he or she meets the camp counselors for the first time, as well as be able to have a conversation with them and let them know what type of needs your child has. So my kiddo sometimes needs a little time to himself. So we do get 2 rooms. We're a large family of 6. So if your family's anything like mine, or if your kiddo's like mine and he needs a little bit of time to himself, or she needs a little bit of time to herself, especially when they have a lot of siblings, we always get 2 rooms. When we get 2 rooms, it's very nice, but we also want to keep an eye on him and give him some independence. So that's where these guys come into hand. He's a runner, so we can watch him from our room, but still give him a little bit of alone time or downtime that he needs. Make sure you check out Facebook groups for your sailing. My son loves participating in the group events. We get to deliver gifts as well as receive them. Great way to get them involved as well as participate with others. So what better activity is there for a Scentsy kid than water? They can play in it all day long. One of the fave things ever. However, it is always crowded midday. So the biggest tip is to try to go early in the morning when there's less people in the water park as well as the pool. They can have time to just kind of chill and be themselves and have fun. And this way they're not overstimulated by the crowds. If you have a schedule at home, it's very important to try to keep that schedule as best you can. So if there's a nap time, take a nap. If it's a certain time that you do dinner, try to do dinner at the same time, even if that means you have to do anytime dining instead of a scheduled time dining like 8 or 6. Trust me, you will thank me later. Windows are always great. Kids get to look out at the water. We even bring binoculars. We don't always get them. So when we don't, we just found a window and he kind of just hangs out and chills and watches the water there. Sometimes he uses the binoculars. We even bring food for him to just kind of chill and hang out. Some of the ships have these cool little areas that you can bring your little ones to play that are too young to actually go to Camp Ocean. It is right up front or right beside it. So they also allow you to bring your special needs kids. They get to go in, kind of hang out, play around, read a book if they like, and just chill. It's a nice quiet place in the AC for them to just kind of veg out, hang out, and have a good time. Now, when you're in your planning stages of your cruise, try to plan something that has either a private island or a port that's sponsored by Carnival. It is going to be your easiest, best chill beach day or pool day. Everything is right there that you need. It's going to make it very easy for your kid to transition from ship to island and have that good beach day. Plus, there's no stress for you on how you're going to get to and from excursions or anything like that, because everything you need is right there. On these private islands and ports, there are normally areas that you can walk to away from the crowds that are much quieter. Just note that sometimes they are going to be a little bit of a walk, opposed to as soon as you reach the beach. Some of the ports are going to require you to tender, but don't stress over it. Just go to guest services and let them know that you have someone with you with special needs, and they will walk you through. Now, I do only advise you to do this if your kiddo or your family member will have like a meltdown or something if they have to wait in long lines like mine. He does not do well with those long lines, and we'll try to cut in front of everybody and push through. And that is not okay. Let's talk a little bit about excursions. We tend to do all-inclusive beach resorts or beach days, but we have done this wonderful one that had stingrays. Now, I was a little bit worried, but my son absolutely loved it. It is still his favorite that we have done to date. I'm not sure what the guy's name in the video is. He was a supervisor, but he was amazing with my son. It's unfortunate, but us parents of kids with special needs are not always met with kindness, and he was so kind, and he was just an awesome person. If you happen to get him on this excursion, he's awesome. You're in for a treat. I will link that video in the description. If you have any questions or any concerns about other excursions that you want to try, you can always reach out to the excursions desk. Now, I find actually reaching out to them on the ship is better than calling them because they are more knowledgeable. Just remember, trying something new may lead to something great. Debarkation can be stressful, but if you let guest services know the night before, they will have instructions for you to make the process a lot smoother and quicker. Once again, the easiest debarkation for us has been Port Canaveral. They literally had someone waiting at the door for us and walked us through the whole process once again, which made it simple and stress-free for my son and family. Some ships have a separate ramp for those with disabilities, which makes things a lot easier and less crowded for disembarking. Creating a story helps with adjustment. It helps your child be able to deviate from their schedule more easily. It prepares them for the change in schedule as well as the new environment. With Jonathan, he had an issue coming back to school. So we would do these and his teacher would read them to him every day, and we would also read them to him at home. This helped with stress and meltdowns when he returned to school, as well as when we boarded the ship. This is a rough example. When I would do them, I would do it with pictures that were developed, as well as a more detailed story. Take my rough draft and make it your own. Trust me guys, this really does work. We read these for about 2 weeks prior to sailing. Cruising is a really fun family experience. It's fun for everybody. And you know, our kids deserve it. Our family members deserve it. They deserve to go and have a great time just like everyone else. So I hope these tips help you and your family have a wonderful trip. And if you need any help planning that trip, my information is in the description. Also, if there's any questions that you have that I did not answer, please leave it in the comments so I can make another video. In the meantime, happy cruising. Thanks for watching, guys.